Good evening, everyone. A little bit of a later stream today, but nonetheless, we'll make it work. All right, today we'll go over what we did on just like the daily chart, or sorry, we'll go over what we did on the day, okay, just to see, okay, well, what actually happened. Then we are gonna go over a little bit of ICT as well. Sorry, this music needs to get turned down a little bit. Okay, and then we are going to cover a little bit on ICT. So today's lesson is on stop hunts, right? So just we'll cover a little bit on that as well. Basically, looking at stop hunt, soup, pretty similar, I would say. Stop hunts like smart money trading retail stops, stop hunt above a swing high on a 5 minute, fake out reversal signals, those kind of things that we are going to be looking for. So let's run around. Let's see what we got going on. So this morning, all right, we had a little bit of a upsell. Last night we said, okay, well, we want to watch out for levels that we have above that we have rejected before. Want to watch out for this 50% of this gap. As wait, did we? Yeah, we did stream last night. I'm like, damn, getting all mixed up. I think we had an outline on this one as well. We said we have all of this LRLR to the downside as well, right? I don't know. I outlined this for those in our Discord. I said, well, looks like we're just repeating the same thing over and over. All right, we just keep on making these large moves and just selling back down. All right, there's our look at that. There's our move. So now we can either bounce back up, right? See if the Sunday open holds. But if it doesn't hold, then we're just simply going to continue going up, right? There's nothing else about that. That's how we play our levels. We say if price continues to go up, then we are looking for it to, obviously, or like if a price point holds, then we're looking for it to continue to go up. If it does not hold, then we're looking for it to sell, similar to the upside, right? If price point holds, then we are looking for it to continue up. If it's rejecting it, then we're looking for it to continue down. I think I just said the same thing twice, but you know what? It's whatever. So we can get rid of that little thing. Over here on this 1 hour, we have that volume imbalance at the top. I am kind of liking maybe a possible power of 3 or rising 3 to play out, maybe to take this, and then we will continue down from there. I'm really liking this liquidity right here, that 16, what is that, 16,673. I'm really liking that for our downside. Right now I'm kind of watching that retest over here, seeing if that holds. I want to see that hold, this line, this order block right there. I want to see that hold, basically, right? I want to see this level hold. If we are to continue up, we want to see this level hold up. Right, we can take a little trade. I mean, it's going to be quite a wide stop. We can try it with micros, maybe just to test our theory, right? It's like, okay, well, is this order block going to hold, and are we going to come up over here? Or are we going to continue selling? I'll leave in maybe right here. I'll take let me, just so that we were sticking to our stuff, right, on stream. I want to make this as transparent as possible. So let me make sure I'm got the right thing over here pulled up. Okay, yeah. I do. Okay, so we were still on our trade of 8. So let's go. I'm going to do M&Q. I'm going to try micros. I did just take some like that. So, I mean, it's got a hefty RR there. And wait for M&Q usually. Let's maybe set an entry. See that 15. I'm not liking that 15. And also, like, the way this 4 hour is, that's my only other concern. The way this 4 hour is, it's very, very looking a little too rough. And we are at that 50%. That's what I was looking for initially, for it to come back to this, almost to that 50% rate. If we wanted to see a bounce, it'd probably be around somewhere over here, around those similar lows. Let's see a bounce. If you guys have any questions at any point, please feel free to ask away as well. I want to make sure I'm able to help you guys out, cover anything that you might have. So let's continue. I'm really just liking that lowercase h, honestly. I don't know if I even want to pull back, y'all. Oh man. It's not that I'm bearish, it's just that the market is just so delicious to the downside right now. Let's take one little micro here and see how we do. I mean, we're not risking that 4 hours. Just I'm not a fan of that 4 hour. That's the only thing that's like, knowing that higher time frame is our god. What's our daily looking like on day? Let's go 60. Let's go take a gander here. What's our daily look like? 4 hour. See our. I mean, daily's up the bottom. We're coming to retest the previous daily low. Actually, let me turn this on. We're coming pretty close to retest that previous daily low. See, if we start going below that previous daily low, then it's like, okay, yeah, we're set sail to the downside further. I'm looking for that 16, that little liquidity right there. That would be. But would not mind this first. That they can certainly leave it for later, right? Now let's stay patient. Let's just not do anything for right now. I'll wait on it. Let's see if it's tipping down a little bit now. New 15-minute open. Let's try it. I'm willing to try it on here. Make sure I have the right one selected. 30 minutes. New 30-minute just opened up. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Just for funsies, right? We'll do a very kind of a crazy stop. And our take profit will be somewhere around here. See, on that one I'm not too concerned. I don't care if I get stopped really. What is this? 17, 220. So this needs to be a little bit lower. 17, 220. Okay, modify order. Okay, let's see. Tiniest little gap down. Okay. Well, we'll revisit this, right? But anyways, on the day, what did we do? Let's take a look at what we did on the day. Let me go to regular cues. On the regular day, let's see, 9:30 open. What do we do? 9:30, a little pump up, shakeout at 9:35 right there. On the higher time frame, we did take a look at our. No, we went below that 4 hour. Actually, yeah, we did 4 hour swept. But we took the range of our Asian session, right? As we usually talk about, that range came down. We were kind of holding it, right? We were holding it. And then we started to come back up. So we came back up over here. We hit a level that we had previously outlined, right? That was outlined in both our Sunday session and previously just outlined. Start to chop around. I took a little short over here, just being like, whatever, went to work. We came back to some little crazy. We came down to a nice sell off, basically. Right, and that's what we kept on talking about. We had all of this LRLR to the downside. It was looking just disgusting, right? So it's like, well, okay. I like it. I like it for the sells. That's why we were looking kind of for upside a little bit now. We have a little bit of LRLR. Maybe even this like 15-minute fair value gap up top could get retested, but with that, let's go into those stop hunts and kind of how they like to generate some liquidity as well. Like right here, right? Like our stop hunts are typically either you will see a sharp wick to the top or to the bottom, and then a reversal. All right, so it means it's hunting, it's stopping out, and there's a lot of orders sitting there. So then it dips down into it. Let me see if I close this. Let me pull this up. Also, Dogecoin shit in the bed. Ugly. It did come into a nice area, but whatever. If she wants to go lower, let it. If you want to fall, fall. I'm not going to stop you. Okay. That stick a gander here. So these some levels. Right over here, this was a stop hunt. Look how many levels we have up here, right? So it's typically a huge little wick, or at least I like to take the ones that are just huge wicks. You run up above the level, and then you're like immediately almost reverse back down, right? We can see that this wick is closing, or the body of this candle is closing below that. So that's what I like to look for in terms of that. Like on the 1 minute, if you reverse down to that, you can see how we swept this, and it immediately huge reaction off of that, right? I mean, fuck, that was the crazy run up that we had. Man, I can't believe it's only fucking Tuesday. It's insane. Those are the stop hunts, right? So like over here, they generated some liquidity, right? They generate this liquidity. We never swept these lows, right? We swept this low right here, right? Closed above it. Basically, we were looking for us to close above those lows. For me, on those stop hunts, close above it. That means like wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. If we're seeing the body react in a certain way, or how bodies are reacting to that level, that's what's telling us, right? Similar thing over here, right? We swept this low. We did not have a body close below it, and then we started ripping back up. It's something that we covered yesterday. This whole time thing is fucking throwing me off. I don't know if I love it or hate it. I can't love it. Looks like they might want to take it lower. Yeah, we're going below that. Yeah, let's go back to. Let me close that out. Whatever. Didn't want to run up anyway. I do like this low. Or sorry, this one. Yeah, 16, 6, 7, 3, 50. 6, 7, 3, 50. Let's see, maybe they were reading on OTE of this range. Right. Just kind of like multiple scenarios, right? We broke down below the 50. 50 was just like consolidating. Uh, I don't know. Anyways, our lesson. Sorry about that. Right, those are kind of those things that we want to look for, those highs, where we sweep those liquidities, right? Like over here, you can see this liquidity to the left over here, right? On a higher time frame, I'm sure it would have been more defined, but right there, right? Look how we sent that wick above it, right? We have 0 body closes below or above it. The bodies don't even hold above it, and then we just sell back down, like straight shot down. Right? I mean, I think that was on news when Trump was speaking, but still, it's kind of all relative, right? People are hedging over here. People have their sell stops over here, buy stops right there. So once they hit those, boom, all of those orders get filled, liquidated, right? Let's see, what do we got here? I mean, right there, you can kind of take that as maybe like a small little example, but the fact that it's just still continuing. Let me see, Buffalo, yeah, and that's why we keep bringing up those higher time frames as well. Right, that's why we keep on looking at like US 100. Right, that's a good indicator for NQ in terms of just levels, right? In terms of like, well, where do we actually want to go hourly? Yep. Yeah, that might just clear this whole 4 hour. That's wild. Let's take a gander here. All right, I'm not gonna chase shorts here, even though I like it. Even though the RR is still. It's about 1-to-1. It's about 1-to-1, yeah. Really not the best, but we are kind of getting below that 50% that wick. Kind of tapping into OTE there. We would need to see above that 50. A close above that 50 on the hourly would give us the confidence to take that long, knowing that, okay, this next hourly candle can be a similar size and can come up over here and do that little number, right? Take out all of that shit up above. But anyways, like on US 100, right? That's why we keep looking at those higher time frames and those like liquidity sweeps, right? Like over here on when we had our top, right? We swept this liquidity on US 100. We didn't on the other ones. We didn't do it on NQ, right? That's what was tricky. That's why a lot of people were like, well, come on now. But look at this LRLR that we had, right? I also like to pair liquidities, those liquidity sweeps or stop hunts with LRLR. So you typically see one happen right before we just disintegrate some of those. Like right now, looking at those, we're below that low, like 16. That one is next up. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. It's just the way it's playing out is fucking crazy. Should we try another long here? I'm indecisive with this over here. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna touch it. Probably not till tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we can do a stream on it. But that's about it. That's about it on like stop hunts. It's pretty much just you just have to go back in over old price action and just identify those points of where you see price wicking through stuff. Just go on like even crypto. Crypto is great at that. You know, we see those stop hunts. Well, maybe not as often as you would on like NASDAQ. but still, the concept applies, right? Like over here, we ran all of these stops right there, ran these stops right here, right? We had this high right there, and look at how that wick just came in, swept that, and then we had huge displacement with LRLR, right? That's the thing that I keep talking we just covered, saying that, well, if you got that LRLR, you can pair it up, and it's going to be a great sell for you there. So similar thing, we're probably looking for that over here as well, right? We're seeing those bodies closing below this level. So now we're starting to look for, well, okay, probably maybe sweep this a little low right here as well, right? If we send a wick below this and then no bodies close below it, we can probably start looking for more upside from there. So maybe extend this line a little bit lower to there. I'm not going to do it, but just because relative price is holding. Other than that, I think that's going to do for tonight's stream. Short and sweet. If you guys are just not tuning in, I appreciate you. If you found value in these, if you enjoyed it, if you liked it, give it a like, give it a share. Always appreciate your guys' support. If you're not following at Haste Beats, make sure you go ahead and follow him. If you're not following Big Timmy Hedge, make sure you give him a follow as well. Follow at the Paper Traders on Twitter as well. That's going to be your go-to Twitter. That's how we stay connected with you guys. That's how we communicate any updates, any news from Paper Traders. Also, make sure to check out www.papertraders.io. That's going to be the go-to website for any tools that we have created, like the Trader Log, Risk Calculator. What else? We got ICT Trainer on there, and we also have the Candle Creator on there as well. So check those tools out. Let us know what you should think about them. If you want to join the Discord, join the community, follow that www.papertraders.io link as well. There's going to be a nice little discount code at the top for you. So check it out. If you also, a little secret, if you go to Big Timmy Hedge's Twitter, there's going to be a good link on his account as well. We still have 2 lifetime subscriptions that are up for sale, up for grabs, right? Price is going to stay locked in on those once you buy those. So if we do when we do raise prices in the future, you're going to be locked in for life, pretty much. Other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace out.